Alright, what's up, y'all? It's LakerFan here. As you can tell by this video, you're gonna see a little bit of informational and good teaching purposes, but also just a showcase of the build that I have as well. So anyway, you see on the court, not the greatest defensive builds. So this is kind of risky to come into 2v2 with, but it's very hard to guard as well. Play sharp and pure stretch. You see me and Kitchen over here working with the good old stretch play and the rebounding athletic as always. So takeover on this build, not gonna lie, what would make it even more crazy and unguardable is adding like a shot creator type takeover to it, or maybe even like a post score, for instance. But that's A, that's not what build I have, and then B, it's just not what I use. So, oh, and then bro, I couldn't believe that happened right there. But no, explanation of how to use this build properly, and also low key, what would make this takeover even more nuts is maybe if I was a pure athletic, because bro, that would be unguardable and it lasts like super long. But anyway, takeover on a slasher. How do you guys see it? I want to know your interpretation of it before we showcase like what goes on with this, because I honestly feel like it's pretty unstoppable unless you go for like reach-ins or something like that. But anyway, showcase of the build. Now you're gonna see a lot of this in this video, and I'm gonna be teaching you guys a lot of like the characteristics of running inside big. You see they switched the stretch on the Kitchen, which means, and he jumped, which means this dude in red is very ready to step up to him. So I'm coming to set this pick, and I like fake it into the middle. You see he could have had me on that, but he still got an open jump shot as well off of it. That's where, depending on what build you run with, you know, Kitchen has goal limitless and is a very good shooter. So with that accounted for too, sorry, I'm gonna do a little bit of rewinding in this vid, but with that accounted for too, you see how they have to approach this. He has goal limitless and he's a great shooter, and I'm just setting picks and I can't shoot. So they're looking to switch on a lot of this stuff, which in my opinion, if you have a guard, isn't really the best idea. I'm not gonna go at a guard and just like post him up, because that's not good for YouTube purposes. Like, I'm not gonna get any vids out of just like posting a guard up and laying it up over his head. But I mean, you can obviously do that too. You see big man is way willing to step up again. Kitchen could have had me on another lob. Forcing switches is the way to work as an inside big, obviously, and it's much easier to do if there's not a great defender on the court. Now, not gonna lie, again, I don't do this because it's bad for YouTube purposes, but you'll see later in the video running a little bit of the LT cheese. I'll show you that when it comes. That is more specifically for like if you're going against a lockdown, because I'm not gonna lie, one struggle of my build is that I have silver brick wall, and it's, again, Kitchen could have hit me on a lob. He was kind of, I don't know, Kitchen's been trying to have a little bit of fun lately. that's all that's going on. But anyway, you see like now he's like, all right, let's do it. So again, they are very willing to switch, so we're just getting easy slips. Now you're probably sitting here thinking like, I just told you that, like, you know, lockdowns don't generally, like, it's hard to run that on, but low key, bro, sometimes they're so willing to switch, like even lockdowns, like double locks are willing to switch everything. So that's when me and Kitchen just like test it out a lot. I have a saying, but I'm not gonna say. But no, me and Kitchen just have this thing where, you know, and beautiful spin right there, but and then big man steps out, I'm camping for the lob, I got takeover, we both got takeover, it's already over. I'm just gonna not commentate much more of this game. But anyway, we do this thing where we test the slips no matter what, every time, if they have builds similar to each other. So for instance, if it's two stretches or two posts or two glasses or like two inside bigs or something like that, you know what I mean? If they're very similar to each other in defensive ability, they usually switch everything, no matter what. Like even if they're like double locks, sometimes we'll just switch everything because they'll be like, oh, we're both just as good as each other at defense, so screw it, bro. Let's just switch everything on these picks. When really, that gives me the gap that I want. Like, that's literally the only thing we can probably cook up easy with this lineup. And so basically what I'm saying is, people's like stupid tendencies are what creates buckets for us most of the time. So anyway, you're probably wondering what the whole like video purpose is for, if I'm like sitting here talking about how OP my takeover is and I'm just camping block. It's not like this for the whole video, I promise. But anyway, that was just the first gameplay I wanted to show you guys. Just a couple pick and roll scenarios and just explanation of how it all works. So in this game now, they have a lockdown and a point guard. It's like a play sharp and a lock. So what you're gonna see a lot of in this video is the lockdown. Now this is very dependent on how you like to play, because the lockdown, and actually let me make sure I know exactly. Yeah, it's these I don't know you dudes. Play sharp shooting guard and then a small forward pure lock. So a lot of this is like more about who do they feel comfortable putting their point guard on, because generally I would think it's not going to be me, but you never know how they're going to approach this. So obviously, like I said, if you're a really big, like, dominant inside big, so you see they switch once, boom, you would think like, oh, just go at the, like, you're probably thinking like, LakerFan, what the hell are you doing, like, not posting this guard up when he switches on to you? Again, I know for sure they don't want him on me. Really, they like don't really want him on me. So what are they gonna do if I come set another pick? They're gonna want to switch him onto him. So what we do a lot too, if they ever pre-switch, this is what me and Kitchen call pre-switch. If this dude in pink drops down onto me really quick, Kitchen obviously has a gap to shoot through right here. So he can shoot the ball too. Maybe you'll see a little bit of pre-switch, but I just want to make sure I'll just explain that to you guys right now, in case you're wondering like how to stop this. Like, how to stop me on a roll while still switching everything would be what I call pre-switch, where, again, like I said, pink drops down to get to me early so that red can come up. But if they don't take account for the fact that he has gold limitless, that Kitchen has gold limitless and can shoot the ball like that, if that's the case. So, but anyway, the lockdown, red steps up too early, lockdown doesn't drop down quick enough, so boom, I'm wide open on that. Again, taking advantage of switches are, and you see I almost get hit with that cheese again. But anyway, they switch the lockdown back onto me. What do? We run the rescreen slip. I probably, that was just kind of ugly. It wasn't like anybody's fault between me and Kitchen. The roll just wasn't like really the cleanest. So right now, since I know they're switching on everything at this point, now I don't do this very early in the game because I don't want to like leave Kitchen or whoever my guard is on an island and just have to like be very keen to what's going on. But once I see they're switching everything twice, like 2 plays in a row, what do you think I'm gonna do now? Now at this point, now because what I'm trying to avoid is as a roller. Now this is a big important thing too to keep in mind. Whatever build is on you, if you slip, the other build will be on you when you're rolling. So for instance, keep this in mind. If they're switching everything, what do you want to do? If I let Kitchen get the lockdown on him, you're gonna see like I'm gonna have the guard on me right now because like that's the switch that's happening right there. So it's a much less contested dunk. But if I wait and let them switch it, the order is flipped and now the lockdown is the one contesting my dunk. So not that it's like a very often thing that'll happen, but you see right here, I'm trying to get my slips early so that, like I said, now you see that right there. We'll just rewind it again because this is a good example of when Kitchen can shoot through these. So you see, guard thought that he was gonna stay with me, and lockdown was staying down. So obviously Kitchen as a stretch big is wide open here, but it's a tough read to make. This is where like running a guard, it doesn't even take skill, it takes IQ when you're running pick and roll. That's my big thing. You don't even have to, because I mean you see I got 8 points and Kitchen has 0. And literally all they're doing is just respecting his like build, you know what I mean? So he finally takes a shot right there and actually misses 2. So even more points at what I'm making, like even more the point what I'm making here. You see now guards out of the way. This is super textbook in my opinion. So I get the board, boom, pass to the Kitchen. He whiffs on a passing lane or like steal or whatever the heck he was doing. So now he jumps again. Now what I could do is just get out of the way and stay down low so Kitchen's wide open. But I like to loop this here so that the lockdown thinks he should. Now, like, you see how I'm like baiting them into switching that, right? It's so beautiful. So lockdown steps up. Now I got an easy lob. So that's just cake. And now I got takeover. And now here, finally. Now I'm 2 vids in a row now. I got 2 more gameplays. Like I got 1 more gameplay after this, and both of these I'm explaining to you guys how to use this takeover. It's literally just this. I mean, a lockdown can be on you. It doesn't matter who the build is. If they don't go for a steal, you're going to dunk on them probably every time, as long as you do this post-up like speed boost cheese. Because I think a big thing of catching contact dunk bodies is definitely like speed, like moving speed, like how fast you're moving forward. And it's tough to do that as an athletic, especially if like you're going all the way out to the 3-point line. So this is like a really good hot fix to it, and just, you know, like really good way to fix that. So you see right here, I know the guard's helping super hard, so I noticed that. Tell the Kitchen like next time just be ready to shoot. I'm definitely gonna hit him. So normally I'm doing that post speed boost away from the help, but on this one I'm gonna do it towards to like force the help defender in. You see, this dude's going to help. Yeah, like as soon as he sees he has a reach in opportunity, boom, he goes for it. Now Kitchen's got takeover, and I let my mans get a little bit of cook in here. Now, honestly, I can lineups like me and him running together. I can see why people run 2 locks, because right here a guard is gonna get like just terrorized, like no matter who, like, you know what I mean? Like, look at him just tossing him up. A guard is gonna get attacked like every single time that. I hope I don't get copyrighted or, like, you know, demonetized for those words that I just said, but a guard's gonna get, like, you know, targeted every single time that he's on the court when one of us has takeover. And I mean, obviously that's how it's gonna be too if they have a lockdown. So I mean, when you have 2 builds that are so different from each other in defensive ability, you got one that's a like dominant defender, then one that's super trash. Obviously your guard is gonna get you know, targeted. So anyway, now one more display of the takeover. You'll see these guys have the post and the lock combo. They're not the greatest comp either though, but this is a good example of what I'm talking about. They have a lockdown and a post, and you'll see what they're more willing to do for no reason. The slips and the switches and what I be talking about. Now also, look forward to running on a build like mine in 2K19, in 2K20. I just have a feeling they're gonna make it so like lockdowns aren't gonna be so great at shooting next year. And this is how I feel. A post score, even if they keep post scores as dominant as they are, which I don't think they will, but I feel like, you know, generally the consensus, like, you know, thing that 2K like big men are gonna do is make a 7-3 something, whether it's a 7-3 glass or a 7-3 post. That's what it's always been as there's been archetypes. And I mean, when there was inside bigs, they would run those on 7-3 too. So you see right here, I'm running a little bit of this LT stuff, but it's just a bunch of garbage. But anyway, let me get back to that point. These post scores in like 7-3 glasses, right? They are only like proper in this game if you run with like a lockdown, because being 7'3" makes you super slow, horrible at hedge defense, and just horrible at guarding my build when it comes to like being involved in pick and roll. However, it doesn't matter most of the time because they have a pure lockdown that's just like, and I don't know why the heck that missed, but they have a pure lockdown that's like on the front side of screens, and that's his job, you know what I mean? He's gonna like get through the picks, and the post scorer can just sit in the paint and take that away from me. But if lockdowns can't shoot like they can in this game, here's what it's gonna turn into. If lockdowns can't shoot reliably, you're gonna see a lot of post scorers have to run with like sharps and stuff on these twos courts, maybe even like a two-way sharp or something like that. But you're gonna see them run with sharps because they don't want to get double teamed off of every single play and just struggle like that. So what you're gonna see a lot of then is these post scorers are gonna have to step up on picks and help out on defense, and you as a fast big man screen setter are going to get so many easy lobs and so many easy takes to the paint, and it's gonna be just amazing. Now I hope they do address that, but anyway, takeover explanation here. Again, they have a post score on me. He's probably got like, he's a post shot power forward, I think, right? So he probably has some weak rim protector and stuff like that, so he's not really the best defender. Again, he's just getting targeted, bodied, easy money. They could switch the lockdown onto me, but I don't think that matters either. I think literally you just have to have two bodies there. I can't catch contact dunks if there's two people in the paint. I mean, that's just like kind of what this game is. So you see they do that, but then you have a shooter that they're helping off of, so if he does what he's got to do, then he's banging that too. Honestly, it could be two really small pure sharps, and I just feel like you still wouldn't be able to dunk on him. Low key, you see, I get baited right there. My dude wasn't playing, but like I thought the lockdown might help off me too. I feel like it doesn't even matter who it is. It could just be two people in the paint. But if there's one person in the paint, it's just bodies. So anyway, lockdown quits, or no, it's the big man. And I'm gonna show you guys one thing too as a slasher that you're gonna want to know. So my dude's a CPU now, right? Yeah. So you see, he turns into AI. If you go to this hash right here, you can outrun them every single time, no matter what the build is. Like, they will just let you pass them easy lobs. Now, this is a good example too of like how lobs are such an essential thing as far as like running an athletic finisher or a slasher, because I'm gonna show you guys right here. If Kitchen doesn't throw a lob to me right here, and I just catch it with this dude trailing me and try to dunk it, that makes it so viable for him to get a block. So let's say this is a real player, right? And I just beat him on a back door, but Kitchen throws a regular pass. I'm gonna have a good chance of getting blocked, but there's absolutely no way he can stop an alley-oop right here. So if you're ever in front of a defender and, like, you know what I mean, and there's nobody between you in the basket, then it's a great time to throw alley-oops. Just keep all that stuff in mind. I hope this video did help a lot of you inside bigs, because I really do want to see y'all like succeed in 2K20, because I want this to be like the meta, you know what I mean? So shout out to everybody who, like, you know, shares the video with all their buddies too. If you're the guard of your group that's watching this and you want to show your inside big teammate how to properly run some stuff, and you guys want to work on that together, build your chemistry right now for 2K20, bro, because you do need team chemistry to run lineups like this, and you both got to be on the same page. Realize who has to eat when certain defenses are like approaching you. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, it's off the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, look forward to 2K20 stuff. I'm definitely going with some type of athletic finisher or something like that. I would have to assume that might change. Who knows? But if I had to bet money on it, I'm definitely going with an athletic. Anyway, just look forward to all that. Anyway, that's off the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, sub if you're new, leave a like if you could, and put 25 in the comments if you made it to the end of the video. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.